Good day, and I love you. Welcome to the Daily Dose, your daily dose of well-being for Thursday, August 16th, 2018. I'm Heather Peterson, Lockhart, and I'm the Chieftess. I'm a well-being coach. Thank you. Before I say or do anything, I want to say thank you. Thank you to each and every one of you who has commented on my social media, messaged me, emailed me, and taken the time to love on me during this time. I appreciate you all so much. I don't even have words for you. I am beside myself. I do most of my crying before I get on video. I try to. Sometimes we know that doesn't always work, but I try to get it all out, the boo-hoos. But you have brought me to my knees. I'm very honored. I'm honored to receive your love. I really am. As many of you know, I said see you later to my teacher, my mentor, my friend, my sponsor in my program of recovery. And as he was a teacher and mentor and sponsor for many of us, my program of recovery is really feeling his transition. And the reason I choose to say transition as opposed to loss is because it's not a loss. It's not a loss at all. My gosh, it's an investment. That man just changed forms and he left in physical form, but what he left is more of a deposit. I don't want to say more, but he left an energetic deposit in his life experience, his teaching, his investment through his time with others that will continue to grow and compound and reinvest as we work with our kids in our communities, those of us he worked with, right? Wow, huh? How about them apples? And it wasn't always that way. I remember when I first came into my program of recovery, well, I was remanded there. I was the most frightened human being you've ever met. That's why I was so busy trying to make a big-ass body with a big voice and a big personality so I could scare you before you got too close and found out. So I was well into my addictions and art of escapism when I met Bill. And you know, I've been highly intuitive ever since I came, and so I could feel Bill right when I met him, and I could also feel that he could feel me and see right through me and my muscles and my big mouth and my swear words and my bullshit. And so I wasn't ready, and so I dodged Bill. You know, I knew that he was not going to be as easily thwarted as most people. And so I wasn't ready for that. You know what I mean? I just really wasn't ready to entertain that. So I dodged Bill for a long time. And people would tell me from time to time, you should call Bill. You should text Bill. You should go see Bill. And I'm like, oh, yeah. And I didn't. Till I was ready. Then I did. Then my life changed. Then I met the first human being that I'd ever met that was willing to stand at the doorway with me and say, if you just step here, I'm going to hold your hand and walk you through. All you got to do is step here. I can't pull you, but I'll stand here. I'll hold your hand. Get to the door. Let's walk through together. It's going to be better on the other side. I'm going to hold your hand there too. We'll figure it out. And there were countless times that I showed up to him, in front of him. I mean, literally unable to breathe and speak. Like, you know, I was either just trying so hard just to freaking breathe. Just to freaking function, you guys. Like, I didn't have any fucking coping tools. And if I was sober, then I was probably trying to annihilate something, because that made me feel powerful, which gave me the illusion of control. So I would show up to this human who would take my spinning self and say, Heather, and I would feel myself be like, and he would help me settle down, and he would help me show up for myself and connect to a power greater than myself and act like a human. Act like a grown-up. It might sound real simplistic. It was. That's where I was. I needed all of that. Some days I still do. And my life changed, you know? And now that he has left the earth, I, in the last few days, have had so many texts and messages saying, or even like a screenshot of a message that says, Bill told me to call Heather. Bill said text Heather, or Bill said I should get you to sponsor me. And it's so trippy to me to be the one that did the dodging and now to be the one that's dodged. That's awesome. That's so awesome. That's so full circle, isn't it? And, you know, today I work with a lot of people with a lot of, I don't want to say issues, let's say need for adjustment. Some people want to adjust their behavior to get a certain job. Some people want to drop an addiction, lose a bad behavior, you know, a way of thinking and behaving. I work with a lot of combat vets that need to live in today, and give themselves the permission and the freedom to do so. And you know, some of these guys, I worked with a man not too long ago who was the, what do you call it? Is it a he's a medic that you know, they go and they work on people right after there's been a battle, and they pick up the bodies of those who perished in that battle, and they see things that the human probably wasn't designed to see. And then with it, you know, there came layers of guilt. Well, why should I be troubled if I'm not even the one that died? And you know, it built on each other. And long story short, he was in this hole that he didn't think he could get out of. And I was able to meet that man, you know, at the doorway, and you know, say to him, I'm here, and I got you. It's not going to trip me out. Whatever we're going to talk about, whatever we're going to walk through, we're going to be all right with it. And I can hold your hand if you just step to the threshold and we'll get to the other side. And I'm able to do that with the utmost certainty and the utmost faith and wholeness and balance, because I'm no longer like, well, I wonder if this is going to work out. I'm not even like, I just have faith. It's not even blind faith. It's 100% absolute certainty. Excuse me. Trust and even projection at this point that all is as it should be. And if I just show up to the doorway, not only do I get through the doorway to the other side, but it's better on the other side. It's way better than I could possibly fathom. So because I've done it lots of times now, so my experience, where before I did it because this other human who had done it lots of times and done it with a human who had done it with them told me that it was going to work, and that if I trusted him and trusted him to show up and I did the work, it would work. And I did, and he did, and it did. And so now I do that with other humans. I'm like, if you do the work and you meet me here at this threshold, this thing called life, I'm going to hold your hand, it's going to work. And it does. And I know it does. And it's pretty stinking amazing. And that's how this has come full circle. And you know, this is what I do now. I have created a system to teach people how to take a look at their beliefs. I've created an environment where I'm there at the door to help hold your hand and walk you through. I've created a community of people who are all doing it together. So when you're at the door, you're not even alone. You got a neighbor on your left and a neighbor on your right. It's like, hey, scared shitless. And you're like, yeah, me too. Let's go. All right, on 3. And it's freaking awesome. It's freaking awesome. I've made it affordable. I've made it easy. All you have to do is have a smartphone. And we're reaching the whole world so that we can all show up and do this thing called life. And we can all get through the doorway to the other side where it's really, 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 really good. You see those hummingbirds behind me? Aren't they adorable? You hear them? They're so vocal. I wonder if someone's coming to say hi. Hello, spirit world. I'm picking a card right now. Okay. Card for the day. My outer experiences are a reflection of my internal condition. Beautiful. Thanks so much for joining me today. If you want to work with me, go to www.thechieftess.com and send me an email. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow.